Katara versus Todoroki from My Hero Academia. So
Ooh,
Katara
that's
from
actually a really, really
Avatar.
good one. So I think this
Yeah,
is the first time we've ever had one where it's not like clear cut right then and there.
right. Because you already know what I'm about to say. Katara's bloodbending. Holy shit. That
Here we
is
go.
a. How does that. How do you beat that?
All right, and we're talking Todoroki where he's at now in the last
Yes,
season that we watched.
correct. The most recent season
He
of
fucking
which there's season
mashes.
six.
Yeah, I think
There's
so. 6 or 7.
six or seven.
He
Either way.
mashes Katara. I think he mashes Katara
So you think he
because
just mashes her?
I think he
Cheesy,
mashes her,
cheesy.
and I think I don't think it's that easy. But I
Oh,
think the
it
reason he
is.
wins is because he has the fucking long range attacks. She doesn't have a long range attack like his, where he fucking throws that fucking wall of ice at the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
She
but
doesn't have anything like that that goes that big or that far.
you
So
don't think she would ever throw like a big chunk of ice at him or any type of water move?
like she could, but when have we seen her do anything far away?
Well, I mean, yeah, all of her fights have been close range. I can't think of one fight that has been far range.
Yeah, and it's because they're covering up her weaknesses, man. Her weakness is the long range, which is why Todoroki gets the win.
They're not covering up shit.
They're covering up.
Every other
This
element
goes
is a
down.
close.
This goes all the way to the government. Okay, this is all the way at the top. All the way at the fucking top. I'm letting the people know the aliens are real.
Right,
All right.
right.
Area
Yeah.
51.
Let it out. Let it out.
Is that it? Is it Area 51? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
cool. I got
You're
that
right
right.
there. You did.
All
You
right,
did
fuck
get
me.
that
I
right.
was a little worried about that after I said it. I was like, I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, it is. And
The
all
long
the
range
other
attacks.
elements, all the other elements are close range attacks. So that's why Katara has only fought close range. She's
And
never had to fight anybody long range.
he still has fire. So I do think his ability to freeze will fuck with him a little bit because Katara is a problem. So I think him freezing up could potentially be a problem.
Uh-huh.
But she can only bloodbend on a full moon. So can we even really consider that a
Yeah,
skill
but
in this fight?
okay, well, I guess from what we know, she can only bloodbend during a full moon.
Yeah, because they even say in Korra that that one bad guy is Yakone is the only one who's ever been able
They
to
It's
bloodbend
only
during.
done it.
Yeah,
He's only done it. So
but
I mean,
if
the
Katara
idea.
had done it, don't you think they would have mentioned that?
No,
You
and
don't
I
think
don't
they would
think.
have mentioned it?
No, no,
Yeah, because she's the
I don't think they
morality
would have.
police. You're right.
It's
I think you're right.
she's the moral. You
She's the
can't.
morality police. So there's
Right.
no way they could ever admit that in public.
She didn't even ever bloodbend since.
Fucking cover up.
She didn't ever bloodbend since.
I mean, do we even know that to be true, or is she
See,
just
but
a
that's what
fucking
I
liar?
mean. But that's what I mean. We
Is
don't
she
know.
one of those morality people
So
that
assuming,
fucking always lie?
but in that fight, she wouldn't bloodbend off of her morality. So assuming it's character based, and you're
Okay.
only gonna have from the
All right.
character's perspective, then she wouldn't have never even used bloodbending on
All
him.
right.
Which I think, yeah, Todoroki without her using bloodbend has
Yeah.
to win. Only in the event that they're not on the North Pole. So like if they were at the North Pole, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, the North Tribe, Water Tribe area where there's no sun, no anything like that,
Okay. So
then
like
that's her best.
at
Right.
nighttime, so we're
Where
thinking
it's
of
just
her
pool of
at her
water,
absolute
nighttime.
strongest.
I think she outlasts him
I don't
because
think
I
so.
think she's stronger on the water side than he is. He can't
Yeah,
he
I agree
can't
with you on that.
he can't turn water into like liquid that's sharp. Where Katara can turn water
Yeah,
into sharp
he
liquid.
can't form water.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's ice.
he can't form water, but he can freeze water that's coming at him. So the only thing I can think of is like that big wave. That's the only one I could think would overpower him. Is
Uh,
that big wave she can make? If if the conditions are right, if the moon's out, if they're at the North Pole, and all that stuff. So the conditions have to be right. But if they were right and she threw that big wave at him, he would fucking freeze that whole motherfucker.
yeah, but it's too overwhelming in that circumstance, and it's too overwhelming in a circumstance where she could ever use bloodbending. If she's
Right.
allowed to use bloodbending, it's over. But like you mentioned, if it's just a normal everyday life setting, I could see Todoroki using both to hit more so his advantage. But then again, Todoroki's not a hand-to-hand combat kind of guy.
Are you arguing against yourself right now?
He's not a hand-to-hand. He's not.
Is this one of those I have
that's what I'm
nobody
saying.
to play chess with?
No,
So
I'm
sometimes
saying,
you got to play chess with
no.
yourself.
I'm saying that I see where he's at in terms of his advantage, but his advantage also is not hand-to-hand combat.
Well, I mean, the only time. So let's look at this from a perspective of the only way Katara would win, right? So the only way Katara could win, so many things would have to work out in her favor. Like the conditions would have to be just right. She would have to be at the North Pole. The moon would have to be out.
She just have to be
and it
near
would have
a big
to
body
be,
of water.
And it okay, so near a big body of water, it would have to be at nighttime when the moon's out and the sun's not there. And on top of that, it would have to be a full moon so she could bloodbend.
Nah, it wouldn't have to be a full moon. I
She
think
could
she
only
wipes him out.
She could only
if it's
bloodbend
nighttime.
on a full moon. I don't think
If it's
she wipes him
nighttime
out.
in front of a big body of water, I think she wipes him out.
Yeah, we're creating an absolute the only like the main scenario where she'd win, like a guaranteed victory. Is she'd have to bloodbend for a guaranteed
that's
victory.
A guaranteed. And that's what I mean by that. It's like that's guaranteed. Those circumstances are guaranteed.
I still think Todoroki dusts her up.
What circumstances do you think Todoroki guaranteed wins?
Every other circumstance.
Like just sun
any
time,
other
sun time.
I think.
Or, I'm sorry.
I think on a Tuesday I could call Todoroki. He'd mop bitch up for me real quick.
And because he can throw about big ice and he could launch fireballs.
That's exactly why. Yeah, you hit my point.
So because he can launch
nail
fireballs
on the head, buddy.
So you didn't see Katara beat the shit out of Zuko multiple times.
Okay, this is the same Zuko you were saying could mash up Azula.
Yeah, who did mash up Azula.
Okay.
And
Katara was the weak one in that fight, but now she's so strong she could defeat Zuko.
Who whooped Azula?
Make up your mind, sir.
Who whooped Azula?
Is she strong or is she not? Who whooped her? Katara.
Next to what? A small body of water.
A small body of water, and she was a firebender. Todoroki has both.
Okay.
He has fire and ice.
And he could have froze the ice.
They named a book after him. They wrote a whole show about it. It's called Fire and Ice, or Game of Thrones as you know it.
Whatever.
All right?
Whatever,
Dude's a problem. All right?